protest of the senseless death of George Floyd at the hands of 4 Minneapolis police opened the door for community leaders to galvanize their communities and band together. The word community activism has never been more crucial than it is today. But where do we stand in that cohesion? Are those community leaders in a mostly segregated Long Island far apart when the goal is to remain together?
No justice! No peace!
Voices raised as one, unified.
I can't breathe!
As community leaders held a long-awaited platform. But those leaders understand that there needs to be more.
But a real movement doesn't happen with just a single protest. It happens over time.
Unfortunately, what came to light this year in the middle of a pandemic where social, political, and economic issues were stressed to the brim is an undertone of something that's been happening in our community, locally, nationally, and in our state.
We're a huge voter bloc. And if we recognized our power, I feel like we'd get a lot more done.
Sam Law is the founder of Young Hip Professionals, Inc., a grassroots community collaboration that shows the millennial population the importance of building wealth. Law says that the protests have allowed the rising generation to recognize the roadblocks that were never noticed before. They organized a march.
I've spent a lot of time in Brentwood lately, trying to understand the area and the people. And I see it. If I go down, any of the streets there, I'm literally seeing that the people, they go into stores where the store owners look like them. The stores have Hispanic names, and the money that they made is going right back into their community and cycling around. You go into a Black neighborhood, 9 times out of 10, it's a food desert.
Black people are not free in Nassau County or Suffolk County. We're still struggling with basic things that other people should have. We should not have to fight.
Anissa Moore is a former Long Beach City Council president and the coordinator of the Long Beach Women's Empowerment Group that highlights women-owned businesses in both Nassau and Suffolk counties. A veteran of both politics and community outreach, Moore believes that a collaborative approach in a relatively small Black population on Long Island is sorely needed.
Within our society, we're operating in different silos, and we need to bring all the silos together. Why do I say that? Because in times past, history shows that there's always one leader, right? At least there's one leader that mainstream America actually accepts.
Anissa Moore makes a valid point, using the analogy while speaking to her of Dr. Martin Luther King, where he used his political influence and his media influence to create some of that change. Some of that change we fast forward to today was in the form of whites organizing protests, but they were wanting to join the small number of Blacks on Long Island to collaborate, to facilitate some of that change.
We're putting forth what's called a People's Plan. We've been in work groups to create recommendations for structural change. Inaction is complicity, and it is up to all of us. Certainly, white folks historically have the power, and if we are not invested in what's happening to our neighbors, then what kind of society are we helping to create?
With a strong political background, Anissa Moore is one of several community advocates that are ready and willing to use their voice to lead.
I would absolutely nominate myself to be that person. That's the way that I was raised. My grandparents were advocates. My parents were advocates. And I want to continue that legacy and honor that legacy by being an advocate. And in the words of my shero, no one's free until everybody is free.
Anissa Moore, I hear your voice. I hear your call, and I'm here and I'm ready to activate in Suffolk County. Let's get this work done. Let's get our people the piece of the pie that they deserve. And let's make Suffolk County and Nassau a place of inclusion and equity and equality.
We really understand the power of organizing, that we need to come together as a collective force. Individually, we can be picked off, but when we come together, we are truly a force to be reckoned with.
As long as one person speaks up and says, that's wrong, I think the world could listen and it could change the world. Maya Jones, editor-in-chief of the online publication Shades of Long Island, adds in quotes, "I think it'd take all of us working in unison, everyone playing towards their strengths and staying focused when the news cameras go away." She also adds that we should focus our energy on voting in our national and local elections or writing or calling politicians to have your opinion heard.